All right, this is the going to the AFC West here.
Yep.
We've got the Denver Broncos to kick us off. They did not
Now,
have a first round pick. This is a very boring
they didn't have a
draft.
second round pick either. They were the
Yes,
last, I
you're right.
believe they were the last team in the draft to have a draft pick. But still, I think they got a couple decent players here in the draft. And I believe they had the Mr. Irrelevant pick.
They did. They have three picks that I really like, or that I like at least. Jonah Coleman, he was a good
Yep,
pick.
I like Jonah
I mean,
Coleman.
J.K. Dobbins, you can't trust him to
Can't
be
stay
healthy.
healthy.
So I think that's a good pick. Jonah Coleman also, he ticks all the boxes for me personality wise. So
Yeah, I agree.
Cage Casey, I like that pick a lot. I think he's a solid backup in the league.
I
And
think he
then
can be a starter.
and then I think he can be a starter, but he's as like he
They
would
got
have to
Garrett Bowles and Mike McGlinchey.
he would
So,
have to really elevate to uh, become
but
a starter in the league.
I think learning under those two guys will be fantastic for him.
He when they move on, he may be a guy where it's like, okay, we got our fix. We there's no hole here. And then my favorite pick of the whole draft is Mr. Red Murdoch. If you
I knew
look
you
at
were going to say that.
his numbers are actually absurd. Let me see if I can find him.
Well, and
He
Sam, while
had
you're
a
looking for
he
that,
had a 91.2 PFF grade, second among all linebackers. He was a 91.3 run defense, 86.5 coverage, 82.2 tackling, and a 72.3 pass rush. He racked up 144 career tackles, 39 tackles for loss, 33 of which against the run. Ridiculous, and he had like six forced fumble, some ridiculous forced fumble numbers. So I mean, he was better than I thought he was. When he became Mr. Relevant, he kind of
yeah,
jumped up, and everybody was talking about him for a second. But that's
I like
awesome.
the first pick of the draft too. Tyler Onyedim. I think that's a nice piece to have on the D line. I do.
I think he's a guy who's got to learn, but he can definitely become a solid.
Well, he was top what 10, 15 in his position. I like
And
that pick.
again, it's these are good picks. We're talking this is like a perspective thing. Not everybody's going to come out and be a Pro Bowler. Not everybody's going to be an All Pro. Not everybody's going to be a starter. Some of these guys are not going to be considered good. But for what these picks are, we're looking at what they can be and
C
what these
plus,
teams were trying
C
to
plus
do.
draft.
So that was a C plus. I mean, you didn't have
Now,
enough
Sam,
capital to be good.
I'm going to give you an A draft. I don't know if you want to call it an A plus, but I'm going to give you an A draft.
Hit me.
Kansas City Chiefs.
Yep. So
We don't have to talk much about the players because here's the thing: they
even
drafted a bunch of players that everybody already knows.
they
Montre
they
Delane, Peter
they did.
Woods, R. Mason Thomas, Jaden Kennedy, Emmett Johnson, Cyrus Allen, and Garrett Nussmeier. The only player that
So
nobody knows there is Cyrus Allen. Everybody knows the rest. Everybody knows how good these guys can be and probably will be. They literally fixed their secondary in the draft.
this is my second favorite draft in the AFC West, and it's really clear why. You got
Well, I
the
know what your
number one
favorite one's going
corner,
to be,
right?
but
But
that's
it's
fair.
yeah. The it's
In my opinion, here, I'll
Mansoor
tell you this.
Delane. There you got the number one corner. You got my
Yes.
number one interior D lineman. You got
Yep.
a top 10 edge rusher in the thing, and then
Yep.
you got a probably another top
A
10,
I'll say
maybe.
top seven safety, maybe
Jade
top 10
Kennedy's
pushing it,
listed
but
as a corner.
on ESPN is listed as a safety.
On PFF, he's listed as a corner. DB,
We'll say
DB,
defensive back.
defensive back. Emmett
I
Johnson
think,
was a
I
top five
think,
running back, and
yeah,
this is who I thought the Seahawks or the 49ers should have taken. That's Emmett Johnson. He should not have fallen to 161. That
I
is
agree.
ridiculous.
And I'll tell you this: as far as Kennedy goes, I think in terms of prospect, not who he's going to be in the league, but in terms of a prospect, I've seen people compare him to a light version of Caleb Downs
I mean,
as a
everybody loves
prospect.
comps, but I mean, yeah, it is what it is.
And if that happens, that's a great draft. Now the Chargers.
Yeah, let me pull up the charge. Go ahead.
I like a couple. I like Messidor. That's gonna be a great pairing to Khalil Mack. The problem is they're only 10 years apart, basically.
Yeah.
um, but hey, Jake Slaughter at center. He was a top three center in the league, or coming into the league,
And now
and
you've got, and then at 105 they took their Quentin Johnson. Whoops, let's fix this, and grabbed the fastest guy in the draft who just
but
happens to
Quentin
be
Johnson had a good
extremely
year
tall.
last year.
He
Why are
did have a
we
good year,
why are
but
we
he
getting on him for this?
and then
That's
I
their
will
Keenan
say,
Allen replacement.
I guess it is. Well, yeah. Uh, Genesis Smith, that's a fun pick. It's an interesting pick. Pair him with
Absolutely.
Derwin James if you can. Logan Taylor's probably my favorite value pick. Actually, no. Whoops, that's not right. I got that mixed up.
Nope. Wrong player, dude.
Wrong player. Uh, I mean, Brennan Thompson going at 105. That's a really good pick. Speed
No, it
usually goes
is.
off quick, but this is a B draft, like B
I agree. Travis Burke is a nice
edge,
player too. We
running
can't
the
sleep
edge
on
B
Burke.
plus. It's just a
And now
good
I
draft,
do
but
we call this next team an A plus?
this is as close as you. This no, it's an A plus. No, they got Jermod McCoy. It's an A plus.
Now
It's
the fact that the Raiders actually flipped picks with the Bills at the top of the fourth to get him.
mm,
I did not see him falling to the fourth round. I guess the knee injury is that scary to look at.
but here's the thing. Here's the thing. This is a brilliant draft. You got your quarterback. You
Yep.
got you got a corner in case Jermod McCoy's knee is really messed up in trading Stooks, and then you went and got an
He's listed as a
edge.
safety, so we'll say DB.
Okay, DB. Then you went and got a safety. Then you got a tackle. Your
Cameron
offensive line
Crawford's
needs a lot of help.
cool.
Trey Zune. I don't know much about him. McCoy.
Trey Zune's a
You just
center.
can't pass
Yep.
up on him. You took
Mike Washington.
Mike Washington, who in my opinion is another top 5 running back. This is
Yep.
a guy that
I
should have
agree.
gone before Kalen Black. This is a guy who I thought should have gone before Jadarian Price, in my opinion.
And honestly, the rest of the guys, take a shot on them because you already killed the rest of the draft.
Right, Mike Washington or Jamar McCoy is my favorite. But if I didn't want to be like everyone else, I would say Mike Washington's my favorite pick of their draft.
I
He's
like
just
Stooks a lot.
he's so, the only problem I have with Mike Washington is he's gonna play with Genty, and Mike Washington is just power and speed just put together. And my
Well, that's
favorite
both of
kind
them.
of
They're the same player.
Mike Washington. I thought didn't Genty run a 4.4 or something like that?
Yeah, but they're both power and speed.
Right. But Mike Washington ran a 4.3, who
No, I
runs through your
know.
face. It's his size and speed. It's such a
But
fun combo.
the Raiders had, what, a top 3 draft in the league in totality?
Top 5 definitely. I can confidently say that.
So, AFC West as a whole, you killed it. Definitely like
Really
a
well
B
done.
plus, A minus. Well done.
Yes.
You killed it.
Good job.